Warning! The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Geoguessr. We are doing two Pro Leagues today. We got Quarantine Madness and a Royal World, I think. This we have 4 days on for the World, and I believe the Diverse World we have 6. So, that leaves us with a Royal World, which ends in about 3 hours from when I'm recording this. Which means it should be about done when this goes live, and then we have the Quarantine Madness League as well. Now, I'm thinking we're going to start with Quarantine Madness today to build a little bit of confidence, and then throw all of our confidence away in the Royal World. Because if we start with the Royal World, when we get to Quarantine Madness, we're not going to be happy. And it's probably going to affect our score in the long run. So I think starting with Quarantine Madness and then moving to Royal World is the play. Last week we did the opposite, and we all saw how that ended up. So let's start with Quarantine Madness. Now we are in 23rd. We're not too far behind 22nd. The goal is to get into the top 15. I think I've said this in almost every video. We're only about 200 points out. 220. So we should be able to catch up in the remaining 10 legs. Because this is 22, so probably about 10 legs remaining. We can hopefully make it into the top 15, which is the goal. Top 10 if we're really lucky. Granted, as of right now, depending on who's classified as a cheater, I'm not too sure, we might be able to actually work our way up. Might be able to. I don't know who cheats and who doesn't. We can only speculate. Can only speculate. But let's start off with the Quarantine Madness League. A complete world. Okay, this is by a dude named Edmund. I think that's his name. And it's basically one location in every country in the world. The issue is, a lot of them are photospheres. It looks like the sun is to our south. We do have these nice hills. Don't really have anything off of these vehicles. I feel like it's going to be out here in the Middle East. Not the Middle East, the Southeast China. God damn it. Southeast Asia. Guys, it hasn't been a long day. Let's go Brunei. For no apparent reason. We do have a name, but I don't think we can rely on names. We have mountains. We have paved roads. Can't tell if we're on the left or the right-hand side of the road. All we have are trees and hills. That's it. We don't even have a divider line in the middle. So what are we supposed to do here? What are we supposed to do? We can't move. We can't do anything. Do we have to recognize somebody's name? Is that what it is? Watch it be fucking India or Pakistan. And it ends up being Vietnam. So, not a terrible guess, but not a great guess either. I think I'm more likely to guess Vietnam had we seen a lot of accents, but I don't believe the name had a single accent on it. I don't believe it did. We do get a temple. It looks like it is Japanese, which this could be Japan, except now we have a Vietnam name. So does that put us back in Vietnam? Is that I think it's possible. Either that or we're maybe near a border of China. Because look at the name, right? The D and the A matches this D down here. Does that mean that's where we have to be? No. Again, I thought this was Japanese, although it looks like it's a little bit more complex, so it could be Chinese, which maybe puts us down here on the southern coast. Not even a coast. The southern border of China with Vietnam. That could be a thing. I don't think it's going to be Laos. I don't. It's got to be... I think it's Vietnam again. Which, I don't think we've ever had duplicates in a complete world. And we've done this quite a few times. So hopefully we're able to recognize something. And it ends up being Vietnam again. It looks like Topodic also guessed more towards China. But two in Vietnam. Not really expecting that, to be honest. We get boat view. Okay. We're fucked. We got some dude's fingerprint. We could probably copy it and frame him for a crime. Because he decided to take this picture. We have Svetlov Artem. It sounds kind of, over in this general area, Nordic-ish. Maybe even North Russia. Svetlov. Maybe. I feel like we're on a river. what kind of river. I'm not too sure. We do have plenty of trees, so we can't be too far north. Fuck, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we're in the White Sea. Although I feel like maybe over here is better. Maybe. I'm not really too confident, man. I'm not. It feels like it's actually pretty thin, and that's not very thin. What if we're, like, over here? In between a little bit, you know? God, I'm fucked. I thought this was gonna build our fucking confidence here. It ends up being a river in Russia. It ends up being a river in fucking Russia. So there goes our fucking confidence. We are able to move here. We do have white divider lines. I'm gonna take the opportunity to move because we're supposed to. I can't really tell you where we are based on trees. It does feel like Europe. If we're on the left-hand side, I could see this being New Zealand. People are riding their bike on the right. We are on the right-hand side. Yellow license plate in the front. Yellow license plate in the back. Does that put us in fucking Denmark? No, that would be the Netherlands, wouldn't it? Yellow and yellow? Does this... I don't know, man. It doesn't feel very Dutch. Where else uses yellow license plates? Old France. I don't know anywhere else. What do we got? We got... Yeah, there's the .nl. So we know we're in the Netherlands. Somewhere. I don't see anything on here. Maybe Zand is a name. Although we have 3 seconds, so we're not going to be able to find Zand. Just hoping for some fucking luck here. It ends up being a little bit further south. Not bad. I don't see Zand anywhere, so for all you wonderful Dutch viewers, I know there are a few of you out there, did that sign actually have a town name on it? Or was it more or less just a sign that had some Dutch on it? I'd love to find out. And then we get a nice rooftop photo. It looks like we're on the right-hand side. I can see this being the UK. I can. However, the name definitely seems kind of French. Watch this be Brazil. I can't really see anything from the license plates. It looks like they're EU style. But I don't see the blue bar anywhere. Fuck. So, Ferenc Molnar? Could this be Reunion, maybe? We can move to another end. We gotta get a location down. Fuck, man. Because there's mountains in the background, I think we need to guess a mountainous area. Maybe we're just missing it. Maybe we're just missing the blue on the license plates. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going off of a name. That's it. We're going off of a fucking name. And it ends up being Hungary. And it ends up being in Budapest. Sorry, Deborah. Gosh, man. A lot of these places had official coverage. And we just got shitty locations here. Now, I don't believe Edmund's been updating these. But, like, there's official coverage in Hungary. Especially in Budapest. There's official coverage in Russia. We didn't need to have a boat view in the middle of a fucking river in Russia. Vietnam doesn't have, right? But we've had plenty of photospheres here. Fuck, man. We got 14,000. That's putting us in 13th right now. Simi's at 16. Granis is at 21 with Roland at almost 22. Yo, what? How many people have played? 40 people have played. I think we're going to drop probably down to 23rd. But, like, we're in 13th right now, and we fucked up that bad. That's, pretty impressive. Now we get to fuck up even worse. Now, this is a rural world. We suck at rural world. Fully suck at this. We're not allowed to move. We are allowed to zoom. We are allowed to pan. But we're not allowed to move. And we end up in a lot of places that we just don't recognize. There's nothing to it. Something about it, we just don't recognize it. We have these nice little tiny evergreens, which I see these near beaches out by me. We do have the sun to our south, it looks like, so we are in the northern hemisphere. It looks like we have a sandy, dirt-ish road. And we have evergreens with some blurs. I don't fucking know. I really don't fucking know. I can see this being New Zealand. I don't know about the North Island specifically. You know what? I can also see this being Florida. I could see it being Florida. Let's go Florida. We're probably 100% fucking wrong. I'm not good with trees, man. I'm not good with fucking trees. I can't tell what gen camera this is, although it does feel 3rd gen. We have nothing. We fucking have nothing. And it ends up being the middle of New Jersey. In a state forest in New Jersey. Oh, okay. This is a rural world, right? New Jersey's not very rural. I could tell you that right now. Granted, I'd mostly drive on the western end of it, but like, come on. We're over by Atlantic City. We're like 20 miles from Atlantic City. It's a state forest. That's the only reason that it's going to be classified as rural. I can assure you it's usually not. We do have a yellow line on the left. Sun is to our south. This feels like the United States again. Can't really get any license plates off of it, although it does look like it could be a missing front license plate. That could be just a reflector. This has got to be the Midwest. If anywhere in the United States. I mean, we're on the left-hand side. We have the yellow divider line. This is clearly a U.S. road marking. The only other option would be Canada, but this feels way too dry to be Canada. Like, it feels like warm dry. I can see this being North Arizona, maybe South Utah. I don't think it's going to be Colorado. New Mexico, maybe. And I don't think Nevada. Although, the eastern edge of California, maybe, but more towards the south. Kind of over by where we're guessing now. I can see this being in the middle of nowhere in Arizona, though. The only other option would be the Dakotas and maybe Montana. Maybe a little bit of Wyoming. So we kind of have like this area. And it ends up being Nevada. Definitely did not see that one coming. I think, which is the weirdest English sentence ever. But I'm pretty sure that I'm convinced that this part of Nevada is just like desert. And granted, we were in a pretty deserty area. But like, I'm talking like openness, not even those bushes on the side of the road. So 2 for the USA. It looks like a white divider line. Sun is apparently to our west. I can tell you that much for sure. I think we've actually been here before. I think we have. No real language. The fact that this is on this side doesn't necessarily help us. Although it does feel like we might be on the right-hand side. That looks like it's the back of the car. Yeah, it's the back of the car. Right-hand side. Maybe we can get away with a Croatia guess. Kind of feels a little Greek. But again, we got nothing. We got the side of the road. Fuck, man. As you guys can clearly tell, we didn't have enough confidence from the first game we played, and the little confidence we did had has just gone downhill ever since then, because we were finding like 0 clues anywhere. It ends up being Turkey. We can get like the general region, and by general region I mean like half the time we can get the fucking continent correct, because it depends if you put Turkey in Europe or Asia, or its mini continent, the Eurasian continent, which is a fucking thing. So, definitely tough. This is probably Southeast Asia. I could see this being Japan. I can't really see anything about the vehicle. We do have the back this way, so we are heading that away. This feels like it's an airport. It is an airport. So we're right near an airport. There's only one airport I know of in Korea. That's the Incheon. I don't know if we're going to go there. Although, it's pretty much on an island. So I could see this being pretty remote. It looks like it is to our north, so we would be down here. We do have the water channel right here. But do we have... what do we have to our south? We don't... that's not... we're not at the right spot. Alright. Fuck. Middle of Japan? I need a fucking airport. I just need one airport to guess. I don't know, man. Saitama region. Fuck. I love how we can't find airports when we need to. It ends up being Belgium. There's that, I suppose. 2 thumbs up. I have no idea how anyone figured this was the Netherlands or Belgium. Well, you guys went with the Netherlands, but I have no idea how you guys figured that this was going to be fucking Western Europe. No idea. No fucking idea. I thought that was going to be fucking Asia. 150%. And then we literally get a desert. Like, this is the epitome of a desert. I don't think it's the UAE, mainly because I don't think the UAE would allow this picture to be up. We do have nice rolling dunes. It could be Jordan, it could be Israel. It could be. It's gotta be. There's no way. And if it's that, it's gonna be like, ow, right? Because I don't think, if it's gonna be the UAE, it would have to be down here. It would have to be down here. But I don't think down here has coverage. That's my concern with the UAE. I know general areas of where there is coverage, and that's kind of the northern tip of it. I don't think we've ever really had anything to the south, which is why I think Bumblefuck Jordan is going to be the best play. Although it's southern Israel, maybe, but it's official coverage, so it couldn't be pretty much anywhere in here. Maybe Tunisia. And it does end up being the UAE. Literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. Which I guess they would allow something like that to be uploaded to Street View. I don't have priorities anymore. We're already like 48th in this fucking map. 90's coming in first place. No fucking surprise there. Yeah. Can we find ourselves 72nd? We're in 70 fucking second. I can't do it, man. I can't do non-moving in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere. I can't do those places. Nothing about these work. Nothing about these fucking work. Like, come the fuck up. The closest we had was in fucking Arizona to Nevada. That was our closest fucking location. Look at these fucking guesses, man. It just doesn't click. Nothing about this clicks. Nothing about it. We might just, I don't know, man. We might stop playing this fucking league. Like, we're just falling further and further down in the fucking leaderboards. None of it makes sense to me, man. Zero. We could have probably gone around the entire world with all the missing guesses we had. But that is going to be where we call it. So thank you all so much for joining us. And thank you for listening to the wonderful rant that we had on this terrible fucking... Fuck, man! See? Now imagine we did this first, and then we tried playing the fucking Quarantine Madness. We would have lost our fucking minds. We would have lost our goddamn fucking minds. I'm glad we did it the way we did, but we gotta seriously evaluate how our non-moving roll guesses are. Because clearly they're not working. But that is going to be where we call it. Thank you all so much for joining me. I do hope you all enjoyed. And we'll see you all live tomorrow on Twitch at 12 p.m. Eastern. And there will be a video at 3 p.m. Eastern. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day. And bye-bye.